Alright, so in this video I'm going to be showing you the phone app I worked on. This was created using Flutter, and I tested this using Android Studio, which is what I have set up here. And you can see this is the home screen, Conversingo, welcome to Matthew's Mind, and I chose to opt for a dark layout. Later I'll show you how the code works, but just to show you how the UI works, there's a sign in option. If you're not a member, you can register now. And if you click register now, there's like a first name, last name, email, password, confirm password, and admin access code. This admin access code is optional, and I had an option before. I kind of disabled this option, but if you typed in the correct admin access code, it shows you like questions that could be seen as sensitive, but because you typed in the admin access code, you're able to see those sensitive questions. But now everybody can kind of see those sensitive questions, which is not the best plus, but anyway. If we go to RD login and RD member, there's also a forgot password page. So if you forgot your password and this is managed by Firebase, you put in your email, you click reset password, and then it sends you a reset password link. So one of the emails I just created using Firebase was default@gmail.com, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And if we sign in, after everything loads on our homepage, we have a bunch of question categories. So there's all these categories that I made for questions, and then there's like a submit page. So if I wanted to create like a new category, I type in the password, which is 4004, and the category would be I don't know, Matthew's new category. And then over here, I would type in the question, is Matthew the coolest guy you know? Like that, right? And then if I click, it just click submit question. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's put the keyboard down, then click submit question. It gives us an alert that says success, question was submitted successfully. I click OK. And now the way I have it configured is it string compares everything in that category. So if I try to submit the question again, it says that invalid submission because the question already exists. So if we go back here, home, and then wait for the categories to load, and we scroll down, Matthew's new category is there, and one of the questions is Matthew the coolest guy you know? Alright, so I'll show you another type of question. So if we go down to, I don't know, I'm looking for philosophy because that has like a good number of questions. And then over here, like in my Visual Studio Code, I had it configured so it prints all the questions. And if we click shuffle, it gives us a question. If we click shuffle again, it gives us the trolley question. So there's 5 people tied down to a track, and if you switch tracks, you'll kill one person. You switch tracks. And then it gives you like follow-up questions. Some questions are shorter, some questions are longer. So like this one asks you, like if you're in the Matrix and you're offered the red pill or the blue pill, which do you choose? And these are kind of conversation starters for the group. Anyway, there's a logout button at the top, so if I click log out, I'll show you how it works on my phone now. So I actually deployed this as a Firebase web app. I didn't deploy it to the App Store yet because some of these questions are sensitive. And it also costs $100 a year to deploy. I can deploy it to Android because it only costs $25, but if users want it, I'll deploy it. And I'll show you how the database and everything works after, but if we go to, what's the website called? I think it's, Conversingo web.web.app. If you go there, you can do it on a laptop, but I'll show you how to do it on the phone later. This is how it looks. It's kind of expanded because it's on like a laptop, but again it kind of shrinks like this. So if I show it to you on my phone, let's go here. This is my phone. If we go to Safari, then we go to Conversingo web.web.app, like I showed you on my laptop. Let's wait for it to load. This is how it looks here. And what I did is if you click the little update icon, you can save it to your home screen. And I named it Conversingo. I have yet to add like an icon. But anyway, I'm not going to do that because I already added it over here. So if you go over here, this is the app, and you can see there's no more URL status bar, and it works perfectly fine on here. So if we try Matthew's new category, like we did before, Matthew's the coolest guy you know, like we submit before, and there's submit, password, category, question, and now what I'm going to show you is the code. So if you were just here for the demo, thank you for watching. I'm just going to go over the code for those who actually want to see how it works. So I'm just going to pause the recording. Alright, now those of you that want to see how the code works, I'll run you through it. So everything starts from our main.dart. This is just initializing our Firebase over here, and then it's running the app, const my app, which is over here. And all that's doing is it's running the main page. So if we go over to the main page, over here, all this is doing is checking if Snapshot has data, and this is checking if the user was logged in. So when I open the app, it automatically directs me to the home screen. Why? Because Snapshot has data was true. And it directed me to the navigation page. If it's not, then I return to the authentication page, which is this. Okay? So if we go to the navigation page, actually let's go to the authentication page, which is shorter. In the authentication page, it toggles between two screens, the register page and the login page, depending on like if the boolean is true or false, and if you clicked, depending on where you clicked. So login page, if we go to the login page, this is how it looks. You kind of already saw it. Conversingo goes at the top. Over here, welcome to Matthew's Mind. A bunch of text controllers, forgot password feature, and if you click forgot password, it returns the forgot password page, which is this page over here. And then like if you click password reset, it sends you a password reset link to your email, using Firebase, of course. See over here. And then this is just the UI design. But now if we go back to this, where is it? Okay, so we check the login page, and I'll show you the register page. The register page has a bunch of like text controllers. So if I click register now, there's first name, last name, email, password, confirm password, and admin access code, and all that is here. So and when we click sign up, it adds the user details by going to the Firebase Firestore, and it's configured in this file over here, Firebase options.dart, and in Google services.json. These are just files I downloaded and then added it to my like directory, just so it connects to the right database. Registry details below, yada yada yada. Again, more like front end design. So I showed you the register page and the login page. Now I'll show you the navigation page. So the way the navigation page works is there's two things you can navigate to. So if we go back to, I already logged out, but anyway, you can remember at the bottom there's a home page and a submit page. So this is the home page, which is the question page. So also comments, I have to remove those. See, this is what I was talking about before. If you type in the admin access code, the collection that's chosen from is users. If you don't, then it's users 2, and all users 2 has is like boring questions. Like they don't really contain any sensitive questions. Anyway, this just gets all the questions, adds them to a list, okay? And then that list is like shuffled, or the next question the list goes to after you click like the next button at the very bottom. So yeah, that's the question page, and the other page we can go to is the submit page. This is where we submit new questions, and again, this is like the layout design, and like this is what the alert shows. So when you when you click on submit, it's either says incorrect password or question was not submit, or it says where it says duplicate question exists and question was unsuccessfully submit. This is the success message. Anyway, this is all UI design. So yeah, that's there's like what, like I say approximately like 10 files here, and each of them is approximately like 400 lines of code. So like 4,000 lines of code in total. Anyway, thank you for. Actually, no way. I'm going to show you the database. So you might be wondering, where does it get the questions? And it gets the questions from a database, like a Firebase database. So these are all our collections, and currently, right now, it's getting it from questions v3. So the way Firebase works is every time you read one of the documents, it that counts as one read. Okay. And if you go beyond 10,000 reads a day, then you start paying. But I'm well below that because I don't have that many users. But the thing is, so like I could have made each of these a collection over here and then read all the collections. But then each time I read all the collections under made these document IDs. But each time I read the document ID, that counts as additional read. So I just made these as fields. So that way I only read everything once, and that way I save on the number of reads I can do. So there was a little bit of database management because the way I had it set up before was I had under questions, and then I had I had a bunch of collections, and under each collection it was its own like ID. So like see, this is what ID, and under each ID it's a separate question. So if I were to read a user were to click conspiracy theories, that counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reads. But some categories have like 300 questions. So each user is going to read 300 reads every time they click on and off, which is pretty expensive, in terms of data flow. So if we go back to questions v3, this is how I had it configured. And now it's still pretty expensive. And what I'm going to do after is instead of creating... Where is this? That's weird. Where'd it go? Oh, this is how I was gonna do it. Questions v2. Oh, okay, it's users 2. No, it's users. So under users, this is how it actually looks. So there's a bunch of documents, right? And under each document, there's. Sorry, I tried to. Under each document, there's a bunch of fields, and connected to each field is. Don't need that anymore. And connected to each field, there's the question, and this is what's displayed. So yeah, that's how it works. And the users are authenticated by from over here. So this is everybody that all the users I have. So yeah, I can't really check their passwords, and Firebase does it good. That it manages the data pretty safely. And yeah, that's how my app works. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.